Hey everybody, this is the Facebook Ads with a Twang podcast, and I'm your host, Ben Blackman. Today, we're talking about how to not treat your Facebook ads like you're playing the lottery. So here comes episode 22. Facebook Ads with a Twang is dedicated to taking the often overcomplicated process of creating simple, successful Facebook ads, breaking them down step by step in less than 10 minutes at a time. Let's get started. All right, welcome to episode number 22, and really what we're talking about is how to make your Facebook ads a revenue generating asset, not some kind of sporadic thing that you're throwing money at hoping to win, right? Like a lottery. Because that's not how we want to treat our Facebook ads. We want to be kind to our Facebook ads, because if we're kind to our Facebook ads, they'll be kind to us. And so what I really wanted to kind of get into is some of the biggest mistakes that I see, and then what you need to do before you even think about opening your ads manager or Power Editor and inputting the ad. So let's just run through real quick the whole thing about the mistakes that I see. So many times I will talk to, somebody will have me do an audit on their ads, or a new client will come on board or something, and I'll take a look, and there was no real plan there. You can see that the campaign just didn't have anything. Like, it didn't have any forethought. And so, and I don't blame them necessarily, because we all get real excited about it, or a lot of people do, about, oh gosh, I want to run, I have this really cool thing, this great offer, and I want to run some Facebook ads to it. And we get excited and we want to take action as quickly as possible. And a lot of people are intimidated by the ads manager or Power Editor anyway. So the mere fact that they were able to input an ad and run it is just is a victory in and of itself. And it is. Okay, there is something to be said just for that. But being able to input an ad is really the smallest part of Facebook ads. Okay, anybody can input them. Once you do it once or twice, it's a rote kind of thing, and you can just do it. So the catch to it is really having a plan. So a huge mistake number one is not having that plan. The second biggest mistake really is not having a way to measure the results that you're getting. So if you don't know what your objectives are, what your goals are, how are you going to measure whether you did good or bad? And that happens a lot. Sometimes and I was talking about boosting posts, and I actually did a podcast on this, and I ran my own ads to a boosted post just so I could kind of show people what was going on. Well, if you look at it, I had so many engagements. Well, what does that mean? It definitely didn't mean money in my pocket. I can't trace anything back to money in my pocket. So there's no way for me to measure if that did well or not for that particular campaign. So that's number two. Number three is not scaling the winners. I know that probably sounds like a no-brainer, but I can't tell you how many times I've seen somebody's ads and I'm looking at them and I'm like, well, it looks like you made a profit here, and I get if it's not enough of a profit, okay, but I'll say it looks like you made a profit, and they're like, yeah, but it wasn't that much, so I decided to do something else. And I said, well, wait a minute. You've got some great data here. You were able to make a profit, and then you just drop the ball and run to something else? No. Let's go back and take a look at it and see if we can't scale those ads and make more money at it and make it into what you want it to be, instead of trying to throw the dart at the dartboard and hoping that you're going to hit it in the center every single time, because that's probably not going to happen, right? So that's kind of what I was talking about with scaling. Like I mentioned before, what you need to do before you think about opening the ads manager are going to be the following. And by the way, I'm going to have this all in the show notes. Okay, you just go to onefocusmarketing.com, and that's ONE, onefocusmarketing.com /episode 22, and it's all one thing, all one word, onefocusmarketing.com /episode 22. And anyway, the first thing that you're going to want to do is research your audience and your competition. Now, I do talk about that in other episodes, but you've got to do that. Research is not sexy. It's not fun for most people. I kind of like it, actually, but most people that I talk to don't. But it's necessary. If you're not willing to do that, then I wouldn't even start running an ad. Yeah, it's possible that you could hit a home run, but the odds of it lasting, or it being consistent, or being able to duplicate it or anything like that is pretty slim. And so research your audience. The next thing is you absolutely have to define your objective with the ad. And I said that before. What do you want them to do when they go to the ad? What do you want them to do? I mean, are you running a video ad and you just want them to watch the video so that you can retarget them and then send them an offer later? I mean, is that what you want them to do? Do you want them to click on the ad and go to a landing page and then sign up for your awesome free thing and get on your email list? I mean, what do you want them to do? Where do you want them to go? I mean, you need to have that mapped out in your, and not in your head. I'd almost said that actually. You need to have that mapped out in front of you on your computer, written down on your whiteboard, wherever you need to have it, so that you know what the process is that they're going to be going through. Because you're going to measure the result of each parts of the process to see which one part of the process may or may not be working. See, a lot of times maybe it's not your ad, maybe it's your landing page, right? So you need to fix the landing page, not the ad. Or maybe it is the ad and it's not your landing page. Maybe you need to fix the ad. It just depends. So that's why you need to have the process mapped out, and you need to understand what your goals and objectives are. You also need to understand up front how you're going to retarget people who don't take action. If you're not doing retargeting, you're missing out, first of all, and it's going to be extremely hard going forward to make money using Facebook ads if you're not retargeting. So have that mapped out as well. How will you retarget them? And I'll give you an example. If they go to a landing page, but they don't opt in for your awesome freebie, why don't you send them another ad the next day with another chance to opt into that freebie? A different ad, not the same exact ad, but send them another ad, but send them to the same freebie and give them another chance. Remember, sometimes you got to be in front of people multiple times before they'll take action, because they don't know who you are, right? The next thing is if you haven't installed your tracking pixel, good night. Go do that. Please do that today. Don't wait. Plenty of information out there on how to do it. You can listen to my podcast episodes a few back. I talk about the Facebook pixel. There's tons of YouTube videos on how to install it. Just please go ahead and get it installed so it can start gathering information for you. And then the next thing is we want to go ahead and create our audiences. So now you actually do have to do this in Ads Manager, so yes, you can go ahead and open up Ads Manager for this purpose, but you need to go ahead and create the audiences that you're going to be targeting for your ads. So maybe those audiences are interest-based audiences, like maybe they like Entrepreneur Magazine or Forbes, or maybe they have certain email services like Infusionsoft or HubSpot or whatever. But you need to go ahead and create those saved audiences in the Ads Manager. You don't want to be sitting in front of your ad set looking at your budget and your placements and your audiences and start thinking, okay, now who do I need my audience? That's not a good plan. All right, have it ready to go. Okay. You also want to go ahead and create any custom audiences that you may be using for your campaign and or lookalikes, as well as retargeting audiences. Now, your custom audiences are your retargeting audiences, but it depends on how you're going to set them up, or they can be part of your retargeting audiences, depending on how you want to set them up. The next thing is go ahead and write your copy and get your image. Spend a lot of time on your copy. Take your time with it. Make sure it's compelling. Right? Make sure it's about them. It's not about you. Craft your copy. All right? And pick a great image. An image that's really going to make them stop scrolling. Take your time when you're planning out your ads. The next thing, set your budget and define what a successful campaign looks like so that you know that before you ever, click review and edit and upload it to Facebook. Right? Then, last but not least, input everything and don't deviate. Have a plan and follow. If you're going to run your ads, make sure you run them for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, and let them run. Okay? Don't go crazy switching them on and off like I talked about the other day. So I hope all that made sense, and I hope that you're going to kind of follow that and at least that outline. And again, you'll be able to see it in the show notes. That's onefocusmarketing.com/episode 22. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I would love it if you subscribe to my podcast and or comment. That would really be a lot of help. You can actually do that when you go to the onefocusmarketing.com episode 22 link. You can also, right now, because of my 20th episode that I just came across a couple week ago, or well, not even that now. I'm offering $50 on a funnel audit, $50 off on a funnel audit. If you want to do that, there's a special link in there just for podcast listeners. You can click on that and go to it. And last but not least, if you have more questions or you just need more support, join my Funnel Strategies for Facebook group. The link's in the show notes. It is, you can ask me questions in there, and we would love to have you. So I am going to see you guys on the next episode. I hope you got a lot out of this, and I'll talk to you then.